Arsenal 0, Juventus 2. My words. A great Dubai Super Cup has ended with a horrible loss at the Emirates in the game before Arsenal's restart to the Premier League season. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, download to YFootball as I react and review every single Arsenal game. I was not expecting that. I was thinking we were flying in that like mini pre-season before the restart. We were playing beautiful football, knocking the ball around. We've now got a few more players back in this first team squad, the likes of Xhaka and Partey, for example. Yet we just put out a toothless performance against Juventus. It was one of those really worrying performances, if anything. I know it's a friendly and the result doesn't mean anything, but from what I saw, it doesn't really paint a great picture, especially given the fact that before the season started, when we played beautiful in our pre-season, especially the game before against Sevilla, when we scored 6 goals, that literally set us up perfectly for the start of the season. If our set restart goes anything like this game, we're in for a horrible few months here at Arsenal Football Club. We dominated the game, let's not make any mistake about it. It was a very changed Juventus side. They went very weak. Apart from Moise Kean, the centre-back as well, I know, and Locatelli, it was a lot of players for Juventus that I didn't really recognise, to be honest with you. It was a much changed side on their behalf. We went for basically our full-strength squad minus our front three. Jesus, of course, missing due to injury. He was at the game, though, watching in attendance. And Sancar and Martinelli are out. Other than that, and I guess Saliba as well, that is our starting lineup that we basically played. But we looked toothless. We had the ball, we were passing around nicely, but we just did not look like scoring at any point. Eddie Nketiah had a couple of chances, I'd say. He had one where he really should have scored off the goalkeeper, giving it away basically to him. It's an open goal and he just flashes it off the post. Then another one where he did score, but it was correctly ruled offside. Other than that, though, we didn't really create anything. It was all just tippy-tappy stuff around the box and having a bit of half chances with snapshots, but nothing really concrete. Juventus at any time, I didn't think they were really scrambling at any point to defend. It wasn't like they had bodies on the line in that respect. We just didn't do enough. We looked like a team that was great defensively for the most part, despite conceding 2 goals. We looked solid defensively. Our midfield was great at recycling possession, but going forward, in the final third, we were missing. And at the end of the day, football is about the goals you score. And we just didn't score at all today, in front of our home crowd especially. That's really worrying. In terms of goals we conceded, they were 2 freak goals. The first one is a cross-in. Xhaka tries to flick it on and he flicks into the back of his own net. It's one of those things. I'm not really going to say much about it. I guess someone could have given him a call saying, don't need to touch that, the ball's going to be dead. One of those happen once a season. It's just one of those things. The second goal, that goal happened at the very end of the first half. The second goal for Juventus happened at the very end of the second half. And it was similar. The player went in behind, he shot, it then deflected, I think, off Holding, and also went over Ramsdale and into the back of the net. 2 deflected goals, 2 goals right at the end of the half, and it's just a lack of concentration from us to concede those in great respect, let's be completely honest about it. And they were probably 2 of the only chances Juventus had, because they barely went forward. Yet they were clinical, and that shows a difference between the 2 clubs. I guess the main thing is, look, we played 3 games in this pre-season, 3 recognised games. We won 2 in convincing fashion in Dubai. We've now come back to the freezing cold Arctic conditions that is London. And we've lost today against Juventus. We now play in just over a week's time on Boxing Day against West Ham United, a game I am going to. And we need to put in a result and a performance. Because this Premier League season, we cannot go into it just like feeling our way into the season. We have to hit the ground running. A lot of people compared this to the Premier League season really starting on Boxing Day, and what was before was kind of like giving teams a head start. We played 14 games, about a third of the season or so, slightly more than that. We've now got 24 games where we have to be at it in this Premier League. 24 games and we cannot take a single one for granted. Worrying things for me, Eddie Nketiah up front. I mean, we've all spoken about it. Jesus out, how will Arsenal cope? This brother needs to put the ball in the back of the net, man. I don't care how he does it. Left foot, right foot, head, off his arse. I don't care. Just get the ball in the back of the net, Eddie. Because he isn't showing it consistently enough so far. And in pre-season as well, we need to see him get on that score sheet and scoring goals. It will be a massive run for him. We've put our faith in him in the start of the season when we offered him a new contract. He needs to repay that now. He needs to repay it big time. Other than that, we need signings in January. Big time we need signings. Not even the case to strengthen the squad. More case just for like a mental boost around the club. You saw what Luis Diaz did when Liverpool signed him. Literally took him to another gear. Same with Kulusevski for Tottenham. Took them to another gear mentally and his quality. We need a marquee signing in January. Whether it is the player we're targeting, Mudryk or not. We need someone. Someone that can just fill in there and be like a spark plug for for this football team and get us as a catalyst to get going again. I'm excited to see Saka and Martinelli back. Hopefully they are coming back on the wings because they are two game changers for us. Reece Nelson came off injured today, but even so, he's not a game changer like Saka and Martinelli will be. And Fabio Vieira, I don't like him on the wings. I like him instead of Odegaard. So for that reason, I'd rather him be a bench player. So we need them two for sure because they are the two catalysts in our team to make something happen. But then overall, it's a loss for Arsenal. And it's a bittersweet one because we've had a good preseason overall, but we just faltered at this game. And I guess the only lucky thing you could say is that it was not the first game of the Premier League season, because then it really would have been a worry. As always, make sure you subscribe down below to iFootball. Let me know your thoughts of the game. Are you worried going into the new season, or do you just see it as one of those games where we just could not put the ball in the back of the net and we conceded 2 free goals? Let me know. I've been iFootball. I hope to see you all in my next video.